Guys, we have a monster mess on our hands. We're actually starting to dig a drainage ditch around. The privilege of living on a hill, right? And that ditch is going to run all the way down to here, and it's going to cut back across to go below the dam at the lake so it won't muddy the water up. And everything we're filling over here is going to be just a smidge higher. So I've got to bring this ditch that I'm going to try to make about 3 foot wide, at least below the level of the ground right here. I did just take up this rather large sweet gum tree with a Towable backhoe. For you guys that may not can tell the perspective, that's a pretty good sized tree for that little Towable backhoe. There again, I have nothing but praise for that little machine. It's done a lot for me. I've got another one that I'm starting to dig up right here. And surprisingly, I forgot when we built this house so many years ago that we filled in with large chunks of concrete. So what you see here are massive chunks of concrete that I'm starting to get into around these trees. All 4 of these trees are going to come down. The reason for that is they're all sweet gum trees. And I don't know if you guys have these all over the place, but around here, they're considered trash trees. And they drop these wonderful little sticky balls right here that if you stand on them while you're barefoot, they hurt terribly. And they're not great on your lawnmower blades. So these 4 are going to be coming down. And I spoke with my tree guy this week. So in one of the next videos, you guys are going to get to see this giant poplar tree right here come down. I've decided to leave the second one over there for now, but take a look. We have moved a ton of dirt so far. Got a whole lot more to go. I've got big fire paws in every direction that you look. I tried to burn this one down here. It didn't work out too well. It's too wet, and I knew that it would be. I did take down this huge tree right here that I'm still working on. I'd say that's about an 18-inch diameter, big oak, but it had a dead top in it. And this is going to be great firewood for us for another year all the way through here. So I've got to cut them into 16-inch sections. Then I've got to get a splitter out here. So lots of stuff going on. You may be wondering, last time I left you guys, I was really upset with the tractor over here. And the reason for that is the axle seal came loose. I did a little bit of research though online, and I was able to fix it myself. And surprisingly, I shouldn't say surprisingly, this tractor has had issues with that axle seal for other people as well. It must have been a tolerance issue. One of the guys said, hey, just put some Permatex on there, tap it back in with a ball peen hammer. And that's what I did. And I've been running it for about 4 or 5 hours today, and it's held up. So let me show you what I've got into with the tractor today. Let's get right to it. So I figured out that if I use this backhoe to kind of peel the bank back, it takes a lot of the pressure off of the little tractor. You can see that tree right here is kind of loose. This is actually a tree that I took down. This has been about 3 or 4 days ago. I had to get the brush out of the way, then I dug around it, and it started to come loose. You can see that light hanging there from the top, and that was something that I had rigged up. I don't even remember why I had that light in that tree, honestly, but it's no good. So let's see if we can get this tree up real quick. It's in the way. We got to get it out so we can get the dirt out of the way. All right, guys, so what I've been doing is I've been digging around this tree that you see right here. We're about to go ahead and drop it now. Let's see how it goes. So I had quite a few people tell me the last time I dropped a tree how unsafe this was to leave the top end of the tree and dig it out. But really, you got to have that weight at the top of the tree for the leverage. That extended weight being up much higher allows for it to fall over. You can see right there, I had to take a little battery operated chainsaw and cut just a pinch of the taproot off. And whenever I did, it allowed it to fall and it pulled it right up out of the ground. Now that it's down, I cut it into smaller pieces so I can haul it off with a tractor or carry piece by piece off, and got that right out of the way. So I am going to show you guys a couple of the Barndos that we're looking at here in just a second, so y'all hang in there. And I would love to hear from you guys in the comments what you think about these Barndos and which one you may like. Let's take a look at these guys right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you 5 different homes that we've looked at so far. This first one right here is called the Whitetail. You can see the price, it's $31,840. What does that include? No, that's not the whole house. All that is the shell that you see and them installing it. So we will have to pour the concrete, we'll have to do the windows and the doors or provide them to the company, which they will install them. There's only so many that they're willing to do, but they will do that for you. And there again, so the interior and the concrete is completely up to us, but still not bad. $31,000 for a dried in area to be able to work. This second one's called the Savannah Place. This one's a little bit larger. That first one was about 1,500 square feet. This one has the option for an upstairs, which is pretty cool. So we could finish the downstairs, leave the upstairs as a loft, and then eventually finish it. Or there's multiple options. Plus this one has the garage on the side of it, just like the one that was on the other, but the garage is on the left. This one lines up a little bit better. These are all customizable though, so we could swap the sides of the garage on, not a big deal. All of the colors can be changed as well. I do like this particular color though. I will call it taupe. I'm sure my wife would have a different name for it though. This next home that you see right here is a true Barndo. You can tell, looks a lot like a barn. This one right here is pretty neat. It's a 30 by 61. It's a little bit longer than what we would like for it to be, just to sit on the land. The way that the land is situated, it's kind of making it a little difficult for certain floor plans to lay out on it and us to be able to fit the driveway, the garage, the barn, all that kind of stuff on it. Now, I do like this house. I do like the colors on it, but for me, the new modern style black that has come around seems really cool with the siding. So this may be a good option to go black on. This one's actually only $28,000, guys. So there again, 30 by 61, you can see by 12. That's a pretty big area, guys. You can see what it included though there on the right. If you need to, go back and pause it. So this is our second favorite out of all of them that we looked at. This is called the Hunter's Lodge. You can see it's $38,669. Again, all you're getting is a shell, but they will install, I forget, I think it's like 18 or 19 windows and 2 doors for you and the garage door, but you've got to provide the windows. So we'll have to buy the windows and doors before we purchase one of these buildings. There again, what we're hoping to do is sell the house that we're in now, take the equity, pay cash money for the shell on one of these, and then finish the interior a little bit at a time as we go and try to get out of a mortgage. And that'll allow us to hopefully be able to do YouTube and Facebook and making videos about finding treasure full time. We'll just see how that goes though. You can see shell only, 24 by 75, again, monster house. This company is based out of Georgia, so if you call any of these people, they may not be able to service your area. This is our most favorite. We do not like the colors on this one. We are gonna change the colors up. This is the one that we're looking at putting on the property as we speak. This is called the Georgian, and this one is actually one of their most expensive. It's right at $44,000. Those sidewalls that you see, not to the peak, just the sidewalls are over 20 foot, guys. So it allows for a monster upstairs. So what we want to do is we want to have vaulted ceilings in the living room. And if we can do that, we can finish the other half of the upstairs to accommodate the guest bedrooms and a guest bathroom. Instead of a closed-in garage, this one has a carport. But there again, we absolutely love how this one's laid out with the wraparound porch. We're porch people, guys. Plus, it's wide enough that we can put a jacuzzi on it. And I am a big fan of hot water in the winter time. So we'll have to see how that goes if I've got any money after all this and I don't go bankrupt. Plans can change, but as of right now, that's the top 5 homes that we're looking at. If we're going to do a 2-story home, I absolutely would rather have somebody else do the whole exterior, just because I'm not a fan of being 20 foot up on a ladder or on the roof or anything like that. I'm not a big fan of heights. We could just build one completely from scratch. We'll just have to see how it all plays out. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please be sure that you're subscribed or you don't miss our build as we get there. We're hoping by this summer to be breaking ground, guys. We'll see you guys in the next video.